In a number of spiritual paths, your deeper questions might find answers in a session in the pastor's study. You're looking for something more, so let's offer you something different. Merry meet, blessed be. Welcome to another session in a very different pastor's study. And as you see, we're back in the study. Well, I'm in a little bit of a time crunch, but I wanted to get this to you. And it's quicker and easier to put it together here. Next week, we're going to be having something special, a special ritual honoring Tempest Smith. But right now, I want to talk about drawing the line. And this is something that everybody who knows what they're talking about, and most people who don't, love to expound on. You'll hear them talk about black magic, white magic, gray magic, and if you ask 10 people, you'll probably get 12 different interpretations of what's what, and what you can do and what you can't do, and all that. And every spiritual path has that sort of an argument. I remember coming across a rather infamous song written by a guy by the name of Joe Hill, a socialist activist. It started out with, long-haired preachers, they come out every night trying to tell you what's wrong and what's right. And, well, even if the main theme of the song is you'll get pie in the sky when you die, still, they talk about coming out every night to tell you what's wrong and what's right. Well, the question is not so much what's wrong and what's right, but where a particular issue lies and what you do about it. That is what guides you every day, not the principles that people will sit around and blab their mouth about. And not only that, but if something that you want to do is over the line, can you do something to put it on the good side of the line so that you can have what you want? Maybe have what you really want without crossing the line, without getting the nasty karma. Well, let's illustrate. And the way I've come up with to illustrate it is a series of circles. 3 of them, lined up like a target. And I'm going to use technology to show you something better than this, which was my rough sketch of it. But you've got 3 circles. The first one, number 1, number 2, and number 3. And that gives you 4 zones. Number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4 is all that is outside of all of them. Now, let's take a look. Number 1. You can consider this not only yes, but you had better. These are the things that would be a problem if you did not do them. The sort of thing like if you have children, doing things to support them and take care of them and nurture them. That sort of thing. Number 2 is stuff that's okay, no problem. If that's what you want, go ahead. Number 3 is stuff that's okay if you do the right way. If you do it the right way. And number 4 outside of all the circles is no. Okay. Now, can I do something to change where it is, but still get what I want? Well, yeah. Probably the most infamous, and the one most of you have thought of, at least sometime, is a love spell or a vengeance spell. Yeah. A love spell. The classic example, you're in school, you're in a class, and there's somebody there that really attracts you. And so you would like that person to fall in love with you. Or the vengeance spell. What do I mean by that? Well, how about somebody that snubbed you, and maybe they could have zits break out all over their face, or something like that. Something that to make them feel the way they made you feel. Well, over the line, right? Right. But there's nothing wrong with wanting to love and be loved. Ask for that. Especially if you ask for somebody, and not a particular somebody, but somebody who's going to love you with the purity of heart that you want. Now, if what you want is a fling, no. But if what you want is somebody to love you and somebody to love, yeah. You just don't get specific other than what kind of a person you'd like, but not their name, and see who comes. Jealousy. There's another one. Why is it that cousin so-and-so is always the adorable one, the good one, the one that always gets the good grades, and, well, even if they don't get the good grades, when they get a B, they get more brouhaha than I do if I get an A. I get an A, and it's because I'm supposed to. She gets a B. Whoa, wonderful. And, of course, she gets all the neat stuff at Christmas time. Well, no, you don't want jealousy or hate or lust to fuel a spell. What you can have is your own ambition. You can have your own desire to be recognized. You can have your own desire to achieve. And I think we've talked about getting back at somebody. If you feel that you've been wronged, then of course raise the issue. But you don't have to do anything to anybody. We got karma working for us. And karma has a wonderful way of doing things. That's probably one of the first ways I recognized that things could be made to happen. That I would be angry about somebody, and then the next thing I knew, something would happen to that person. Well, it didn't take long for me to figure out, not to gloat, but at the same time, I knew that my complaint was heard. I remember getting ripped off because I was a GI at a certain gas station. A few years later, I was passing through, and a guy at another gas station remembered me, and he told me what had happened. Yeah. It's not necessary to hold on to the anger. It's not necessary to nurture and feed the anger. It's only necessary to call the issue to the divine. Okay. So, there's some stuff that's in Zone 4. But you can bring it into Zone 3. Maybe even into Zone 2. If you really feel just about it. But you don't have to be in Zone 4. Okay. So that's how the line is drawn. And it's not the magic formula that some people say. And it's not a bunch of absolutes. But you can find where your issue is and how you propose to meet it. And you can put it into a better place and handle it there. We'll get into that some more because we've got lots of issues to deal with. But we did need to talk about the general issue of dealing with issues, didn't we? At least I felt so. I might, blessed be.
Uriel's Gifts and The Secrets in Plain Sight are sponsored by the Temple of Gaia. At Temple of Gaia, we don't train you to our path. We show you how to find and pursue your own path. Above all, we tried to provide a great place to come together and to share. We're located in Collingdale, Pennsylvania, just outside of Philadelphia, and wherever cyberspace can be reached. To learn more, visit our website at templeofgaiainc.org or our meeting place in cyberspace at templeofgaia.ning.com. Thank you for coming. Feel free to return at any time. We intend to always have something for you here. Blessed be. This has been a presentation of the Wise Ones Net. Merry part and blessed be.